Vicksburg Beginning Band. This is our 6th grade group that hails from Beaumont Elementary and South Park Elementary. We are preparing for the Central Mississippi Concert Band Festival. I would like to thank Dr. Daniels and Dr. Martin for accommodating us for this event, and they are being very instrumental in helping us get our last preparations done for the festival. These children here have been playing for a little under 7 months. They started in September, and they have made exceptional strides to where they are competitively ready to perform. Today, our program will be Infinity Concert March, Latin Fire, and Antagonist. Give us a few moments. We're trying to gather some more stands. Once we get those stands in, we will begin. Thank you for being patient with us. It's coming.
Aspire and what assessment? Why are you doing it? Some people think,
Assessment for music programs is basically essentially the same thing as it is for academic programs. It's our form of data. It tells us what we need to know going into the next term, the next year, the next semester. Relatively, once we teach everything we need to teach, we have a sense of what needs to happen. But sometimes we just need a little confirmation of what we're thinking. And there's nothing wrong with going to get confirmation. Sometimes it lets you know where you need to grow and also where your group needs to grow. Everybody has strengths and weaknesses. Don't be afraid of the weaknesses. Just go, see what people have to say, and build towards the next goal. Assessment is very, very key from going from 6th grade to 7th grade to 8th grade and to high school. It's all a step-by-step process. You go in, especially with the 6th grade, with this group specifically, once we got into the method and I saw how fast they were going through the method, I knew back in October that we'd be ready to be adjudicated. From picking our holiday selections for the winter concert and going into January, we knew what was going to be going on come March and April. They didn't know, but I knew. So, I'm very confident that they'll have a successful outing today. A couple weeks ago, they just completed their spring concert, and they had a successful outing there. And now it's time for some live feedback to see what we can make adjustments on going into the final performance next week.
and one last note to the music students, you don't have the sheet we have, but on your concert sheet, adjusted. And so this is what we want you to adjudicate. Tone quality, write that down. Intonation, rhythm, balance / bling, technique. That should be something else. Interpretation / musicianship. Either one of those words work for us. Articulation. And you're grading on a 10-point scale. We're actually grading on a 20-point scale here. So 16 to 20 is superior. 11 to 15 is excellent. 6 to 10 is good. 0 to 5 is fair. Now you can do as you wish with it, and don't worry about it, because we're gonna read you. We're not gonna give those to Mr. Student unless he wants to see. So you can be brutally honest if you want to be.
In fact, I prefer you to be as honest as possible. Don't show me any sympathy.
Okay.
I want authenticity. That's what I'm looking for the most. Because that lets me know where I need to go, and I don't have to guess it. I don't have to gauge it. I don't have to read between the lines. Be as authentic and clear and concise as possible, please.
giving your instructions. Again, tone quality, intonation, rhythm, balance, blend, the same thing, technique, interpretation / musicianship, articulation. On a 20-point scale. Each level is 5 points, so feel that.
All right, we're gonna begin with a small warm-up, and then we'll get into our program.
So we will refrain from, in the audience, we'll refrain from clapping because that wouldn't happen. First of all, great job. Thank you for coming in today. Couple of things. Could you tap, are we using 2 drums back there? How many drums?
2 snares and the tom.
Okay. Can you turn the snares on and just tap each, the first one for me? Let me hear it.
Tom.
So before we leave, let me get to that drum. I'm gonna show you, because we're gonna take, so there's some things you're playing, I can't hear you playing 16 notes, but they sound like rolls, but it's because the bottom head, we gotta tense it up a little bit and check the snares. It might be the snares,
Yes, sir.
not touching, so but that's, how about that second one? Let me hear that, same thing. Turn the snares on.
Move to play the same drum.
But yeah, you can just tap it. That's better. But we're gonna get them a little closer together because they have some rhythms together, those 16s together, and it'll be clean. Let me hear the time. Yeah, I like the time. I like that. That's good. And I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna start out and just kind of deal with the area that I look at the most, which is percussion. So don't feel bad. That's I'm not just picking with you. Cymbal players, this is everybody. When you get ready to play the cymbals, not just the first time. I saw you hold them correctly for concert. That looked really good. But in concert, when we play crash cymbals, don't move both hands. Just one. The other one just holds, and I'll show it to you later on. Once we just so you know what I'm talking about. But that's going to give you a cleaner concert sound. Because remember, you by yourself. Whereas if you see a marching band that had 8 cymbal players, that's different. They can do some different things. When we do concert music, we got a few little techniques we use so that we can have a clean sound over the whole thing. But it's real. This is just a little finesse thing. It's gonna look good for you when you go to the festival. It's not bad at all. But I think we can clean it just a little bit. I could hear all the loud players and they were playing together. That was clean. I'm gonna let some other folks talk and I may come back to them. They're doing all right. Okay. Let me make notes I had. Okay. Let's move one hand to articulation in the low brass. Are we using the same syllable on some of the? A little bit. I heard a little bit in each tune, like we wasn't holding out, but yeah. What has been your concern here, Mr. Spudo? Is it?
It's along the same lines, same articulation, putting proper air support at the top of the descending lines, and making sure we hit the follow-up notes.
Okay.
Coming down.
Okay, because I'm getting through.
Yes.
Okay, so you're hearing that.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's standing out. It's standing out because your upper lines are clear.
Yes.
It's real clear. So if they weren't clear, you probably wouldn't. You know what I mean? But it's standing out because they are clear. So the lower brass gonna have to work a little harder to line in there. I know it's a lot more work on that horn, those horns than the smaller horns, but we need you to tighten it up.
Yes, sir.
Tighten it up so it'll be good. 6th grade band intonation is always that's just always part of the mix. But I thought it was pretty good for this level, excellent on it. I know you're always working that, but you don't have no choice at this level. It's an experience thing, and it's an acquired sound. Those of us who love middle school band, we know what that sound is, and they've gotten there. They got this really good sounding group. You all look good too. Look professional. I really appreciate that. I'm not going to take the whole floor. So you go ahead.
I'll touch on that same thing you were saying about the brass articulation. Exactly like you were saying, the upper line comes out so clear. It's beautiful. For some of the pieces you're doing, I love the repertoire you chose. I think it fits your bands beautifully. With the articulation thing, on, for instance, the Latin Fire piece, kind of adding that more of that T front to the attack will really spice that up a little bit. It will help them get a little more excited as well. But I loved hearing, I'm the trumpet and brass guy, so I loved hearing your brass. You guys sound wonderful. So low brass, hold it down as best you can. I know that's the hardest thing. Trumpets, you guys sound wonderful. Very good job. I have a really good time listening to you guys, so thank you so much for coming, that was
Thank you.
wonderful.
I'll go, awesome job, Mr. Smooth, awesome job, band. A few things that I did notice, in the second selection, the Latin piece. I know everybody should have copies, should nobody have no originals. If you got a highlight or draw in there, or do something, cause we gotta be mindful if we got accidentals. You feel me? Sometimes we get excited and we're just playing, we forget, okay, boom, I missed that F sharp. Oh, I missed it again. Oh, I missed it again. So we gotta think about, okay, what's that gonna sound like? You know, if we got that clash, if everybody's playing the correct notes. So sometimes it's okay to highlight on the music, where you got the accidental, so that way we remember, what's going on. Also in the third piece, I did hear some dynamic contrast, that crescendo that was executed. I'm talking about perfect, perfect. We gotta remember, we gotta do that with all of the pieces. Even some of the easier pieces that, okay, we know that, we just gonna play straight through, we know it. Nah, you gotta make it come to life. So those decrescendos, those crescendos, you know, maybe backing off this section right here to highlight the important parts. Those things, all that comes together and gives the music definition, gives it character. So I thought you guys did an awesome job. I really, really enjoyed it. You know, Mrs. Spoon, how I feel, public school, the band programs, that's my heart, that's my thing. And you guys are really, really putting in some serious work, and y'all getting it out the mud. Like, that's what we need. That's what we want in today's field of music education. So I'm very, very impressed. Awesome job, guys.
And just closing out for me, kind of piggybacking off of that, definitely enjoyed it. I mean, I'm looking, the thing that impressed me the most was the recovery. If y'all had very minor, and I'm talking very minor, Mr. Smooth, very minor errors, like there was some time where the phrasing wasn't entirely together, the recovery was everything. Y'all came back and actually corrected it, particularly antagonist was where I noticed that. And the key is y'all are not just playing the notes, you're focusing more on what's going on around it. That's what makes music. So I'm happy that y'all are paying attention to that. Overall, man, I loved it, absolutely. Appreciate y'all.
I'd say one of the biggest things, I like the personality you guys presented. Hearing lots of bands, as we all have, you guys brought something different to the table, especially for a sixth grade band. Very impressive.
I guess the only thing, can we try a little bit of that articulation in low brass, maybe a little bit of one of the pieces maybe we can. Where'd you say one of them on the front? On the team?
Antagonist, 49.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you all hear the difference that second time? Those, everybody heard, you didn't keep it going, but you did for about 3 notes, and it was tight.
But you have to tell them cleanly each note each time. Don't get
put your comments on the stand, and leave that there so I can pick it up. And make sure your name's on it so I get your attention to that. But you come down, talk, anything you need. Is that good for you? Yes.